Hi everybody! So I am talking today about another audition gone wrong. Uh, so there is a common thread with a lot of these, and one of the main things is lack of research. So I received an audition notice, and I was really excited because I think it was one of my first short film auditions, and the note said, we will be submitting these to festivals like Cannes and Sundance, and I was really excited. They didn't attach a script though, so I didn't really know what kind of film this would be. So I ended up meeting the guy at the Sherman Oaks Galleria, and I thought that was strange because, there's a lot of people around and, it's loud. And he was sitting there in front of the Starbucks, so I went up to him, said hello, and immediately he said, "Here's the script. So I would like for us to actually go from here to my apartment. It's just a few feet away from here, and I'd like to audition you there." And I was stunned. I said, "I'm not comfortable auditioning in somebody's apartment." I did have that weird experience before. If you haven't seen that video, definitely check it out. It's hilarious. He started getting kind of aggressive and said, "Well, I mean, you can read the script if you want right here, but ultimately I'm gonna have to have you come to my apartment so I can put you on tape and I can see how you read on tape." And just getting all flustered. And so he handed me the script and he was like, "Well, it's my only copy, so why don't you read it here? If you don't like what you read, you can just give it to the barista and I'll meet you at my apartment if you do." And he gave me his apartment, he wrote it down, like, "Go meet me here." And I just looked after him and waited till he was, out of eyesight. I kind of glanced at the first page, had all these expletives like, "Oh, F you this, F you that, oh, F-ing this." Every other word was a version of the F word. Not exactly a festival kind of film, but I waited till he was out of eyesight. I went to the barista and I said, "Excuse me, so there's this guy that gave me the script. He wants me to go to his apartment to audition. I'm not gonna do that. I don't feel comfortable, but here's his script if he comes looking back for it. Thanks." And I took off. And I was actually really pissed because, again, I was taking the bus and I felt like I wasted my entire day between trying to get there and then trying to reason with this unreasonable person. I was so mad. I just was questioning, what am I doing here? Why am I attracting these imbeciles? So I walk back to the bus, and when older gentleman starts talking to me, asking me about my day, so I tell him the story, and this man tells me, "Well, I'm a manager. You call me." Stay tuned for that story. You'll see if he indeed is a manager who can make me a star, or if it led me from one scam to the next. One of the red flags that I think I could have picked up on earlier, when he gave me his only copy of the script, I probably should have just thrown that in the trash because this is probably a game that he does with multiple people. I'm probably not the first nor the last of something like that. And if he is a legitimate filmmaker, casting director, whatever he wanted to call himself, I assumed he was the director, then you would have multiple copies of your script. And it wasn't even like 110-page screenplay. It was probably 12 pages long. It's really short. If that's your only copy and you can't go to Kinko's to print out more, I don't think that you're a legitimate person. Now, I wish I would have picked up on that sooner. That's looking back hindsight. But it did teach me to be a lot more alert about situations like those. And then I got to a point where I didn't go on those type of auditions because I started doing my research. I started calling ahead and mapping out places. And when somebody said to meet me at like a mall area, not doing that anymore. I know this game. Not fooling me anymore. These things that con artists, traffickers, scam artists, they all have games that they play and they just wrap it into a different narrative. A lot of the things aren't new. They're just newer variations of scams. So the more we talk about it, the more aware we become of these scams, the less likely we will fall prey to them. When I was going through these auditions, I was a young kid. I was very new to the industry and just full of hope, and I mean, I'm still full of hope. Now I'm a little bit more wiser, but I didn't know better. And if I would have had somebody tell me about these different scams, then I would have been a lot more alert. Instead, I went through them in order for myself to learn. So hopefully somebody else out there is learning and staying safe and not falling prey or not becoming a victim to those circumstances. So if you like this video and you want more, and if you want to see part 2 to the scam that led to another scam, like, comment below, share this video. I'm curious, does this happen in other fields? I know that the entertainment industry breeds this sort of thing because they play a lot on your hopes and your dreams, but I wonder, are there other occupations that have to deal with this sort of scam behavior? Curious. Comment below, I'd love to hear it. So until next time, be safe, take care, and this is Jessica Boss here, helping you be the boss of your own life. Mwah!